Do you think space is silent? Well, it's not. In this video, I'll take you on a journey through the 18 most scary sounds ever recorded in the universe. They are real sounds captured by NASA and other space agencies, and trust me, they only get more terrifying as we go on. Let's begin. Let's start at the very beginning, the oldest sound in the universe. The Big Bang happened nearly 14 billion years ago, and while we can't hear it directly, we can detect its faint echo. Scientists call it the cosmic microwave background, CMB, a radiation signal spread across the universe. When translated into sound, it becomes a low, eerie hum, like the universe itself whispering its origins. It's a reminder that everything we see today started with a deafening explosion, still echoing through space. Black holes are some of the most mysterious objects in the universe, and one of them has been caught singing an incredibly deep note. In the Perseus galaxy cluster, scientists detected sound waves coming from a black hole, stretching across space for millions of light years. But here's the creepy part. The sound is 57 octaves below middle C, too deep for human ears. When sped up, it sounds like a low, haunting roar. It's as if the universe itself is growling from its darkest depths. Imagine being in deep space and suddenly hearing a steady, rhythmic beat, like a giant cosmic heart pulsing in the darkness. That's what pulsars do. Pulsars are rapidly spinning neutron stars that send out bursts of radio waves at regular intervals. Some pulse every few seconds, while others beat hundreds of times per second. When translated into sound, they create an eerie, robotic ticking, like the cold mechanical heartbeat of a dead star. Neptune is a cold, distant world, but the sounds recorded from it are anything but quiet. When Voyager 2 flew past the planet, it picked up strange whistling and howling noises in Neptune's magnetosphere. These sounds, created by charged particles moving through the planet's magnetic field, are high-pitched, ghostly, and unnatural. Some recordings sound like eerie alien whispers, others like distant, distorted screams. Floating in the darkness of space, Neptune plays a song that would send shivers down anyone's spine. Uranus is one of the most unusual planets in the solar system. It spins on its side, has a strange magnetic field, and produces bizarre, otherworldly sounds. When Voyager 2 flew by Uranus, it captured eerie radio emissions linked to the planet's auroras. The sounds resemble a mix of high-pitched screeches and deep, unnatural tones, almost like a distorted alien signal. Unlike the auroras on Earth, which create beautiful lights, Uranus's auroras sound like something out of a sci-fi horror movie. It's as if the planet itself is whispering a warning. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system, and it also has one of the loudest voices. When spacecraft like Voyager and Juno recorded radio emissions from Jupiter, they picked up something truly unsettling, a deep, powerful roar mixed with chaotic bursts of noise. These sounds come from Jupiter's intense magnetic field and powerful radiation belts, which produce a kind of natural radio storm. Some recordings sound like growling thunder, others like a monstrous engine revving in deep space. Comets are often called dirty snowballs, but one of them seems to be singing through space. When the Rosetta spacecraft approached Comet 67P, it detected something unexpected, a strange, rhythmic, whistling sound. Scientists believe these sounds come from charged particles interacting with the comet's magnetic field, but the result is haunting. The comet hums and whispers like a ghostly choir drifting through the void. Some have even compared it to an alien transmission. The sun might look calm from Earth, but up close it's constantly rumbling. Scientists have detected a deep, continuous hum coming from our star, created by plasma waves moving through its surface. This eerie sound captured by NASA's SOHO spacecraft is a low, droning vibration, almost like the sun itself is breathing. It never stops, never changes, and feels strangely alive. Mars has always fascinated scientists, but in 2018, NASA's InSight lander recorded something truly chilling, the first real sounds from Mars. The recordings captured the deep, ghostly howling of Martian winds, a lonely sound as it sweeps across the barren landscape. But even stranger are the unexplained low rumbles picked up from beneath the surface, possible evidence of Marsquakes shaking the planet. The sounds feel strangely familiar, yet completely alien. It's as if Mars is trying to speak, its voice lost in the wind of a world that has been dead for millions of years. Saturn is famous for its beautiful rings, but few people know they also sing, and the sound is terrifying. When the Cassini spacecraft flew through the rings, it recorded bizarre, screeching noises that sounded like something straight out of a horror movie. Scientists believe these sounds come from charged particles colliding with each other and Saturn's magnetic field, but that doesn't make them any less unsettling. The eerie frequencies shift and change, almost like whispering voices in the dark. Saturn's rings may look peaceful, but when you hear them, they feel strangely alive, and maybe even watching. I want to stop you here for a moment. I want to tell you a real story about Saturn. In 2002, NASA's Cassini spacecraft was on its long journey to Saturn when it picked up something utterly bizarre, something that shouldn't exist. It was a sound, a deep, haunting, otherworldly noise that seemed to whisper from the darkness of space itself. Cassini's radio and plasma wave science instrument detected intense radio emissions coming from Saturn. These weren't just random signals, they had structure. They pulsed, shifted, and formed patterns, almost like a ghostly song, playing through the vacuum of space. But space is silent, right? The sounds were later translated into human audible frequencies, and what NASA heard was chilling. It resembled eerie, wailing howls, something straight out of a sci-fi horror film. Some scientists likened it to the unsettling calls of alien creatures, while others compared it to an eerie cosmic symphony. At first, no one knew what was causing these radio waves. Some speculated it could be a sign of extraterrestrial life. Others thought it might be Saturn itself communicating in ways beyond human comprehension. Eventually, scientists determined that the sounds were caused by Saturn's auroras, powerful radio waves generated by interactions between the planet's magnetic field and charged particles from the solar wind. But even with this explanation, one question remained. Why do Saturn's signals sound so much like something alive? Some believe the universe speaks to us in ways we don't yet understand, and perhaps if we listen closely, we'll hear something unexpected in the great cosmic silence. One thing is certain, space may be vast and cold, but sometimes, if you're in the right place with the right instruments, it whispers back. The Voyager 1 spacecraft has traveled farther than any other human-made object, and in 2012, it crossed into interstellar space. But as it left the solar system, it recorded something unexpected, a sudden, eerie shift in sound. The recordings captured strange, high-pitched waves like the wailing of the cosmos itself. Scientists believe these sounds come from shocks in interstellar plasma, but the result is haunting. It's like Voyager stepped into a new dimension, where the universe speaks in ghostly tones. For the first time, we heard the void beyond our solar system. And it doesn't sound empty. It sounds alive. Earth may seem familiar, but in space, it produces one of the eeriest sounds ever recorded. The Van Allen probes picked up a strange musical sound coming from Earth's magnetosphere, a high-pitched chorus of chirps and whistles. It sounds almost like a choir of robotic birds singing in space, but it's actually electrons interacting with Earth's magnetic field. The effect is haunting, as if the planet itself is whispering. Even stranger? Some astronauts have reported hearing odd radio-like signals when floating above Earth. Could this be part of the same phenomenon, or is our planet sending signals we don't yet understand? Deep inside Earth's magnetosphere, a strange, constant hissing sound fills the void. Captured by NASA's polar spacecraft, this sound is known as plasmaspheric hiss, a mysterious, low-frequency noise that never stops. Unlike Earth's plasma chorus, yet which is sharp and musical, this sound is a steady, ghostly whisper. Some scientists describe it as the planet breathing in space. It's unsettling, as if an unseen force is murmuring through the cosmos. Could this be a natural phenomenon, or something more? Some believe these sounds might interfere with spacecraft signals, almost like space itself is trying to drown them out. Jupiter's largest moon, Ganymede, is already strange. It has its own magnetic field, something no other moon has. But when NASA's Juno spacecraft passed by in 2021, it picked up something truly bizarre, a sudden burst of radio signals. The sound is unnerving, shifting between eerie, high-pitched frequencies and a slow, modulating siren. Scientists believe this could be caused by electrons interacting with Jupiter's magnetosphere, but the recording doesn't sound natural. For a brief moment, Juno crossed into something unknown, and the result was a signal unlike any heard before. Was it just a magnetic anomaly, or a sign of something we don't yet understand? Saturn is often seen as a peaceful giant, but the sounds recorded from the planet tell a much darker story. When the Cassini spacecraft passed through Saturn's magnetosphere, it picked up intense radio emissions, and they sound like something straight out of a nightmare. These signals shriek and wail, shifting between high-pitched screams and deep, unsettling growls. Scientists believe they come from charged particles interacting with Saturn's magnetic field, but some of the patterns sound disturbingly unnatural. Cassini sent back these recordings before plunging into Saturn's atmosphere for its final mission. The last thing it heard was the haunting roar of the planet itself, as if Saturn was crying out before swallowing the spacecraft whole. At the heart of our galaxy, something strange and unexplained is sending out powerful radio bursts, and no one knows why. Astronomers using the Meerkat telescope detected these unusual signals coming from the Milky Way's center where a supermassive black hole lurks. Unlike pulsars or other known space phenomena, these signals appear and disappear unpredictably. Some last for minutes, others just a few seconds. When converted into sound, they resemble erratic beeping, strange hums, and rapid pulses, like an unknown force is trying to communicate. Scientists still don't have a solid explanation. Are these signals from a new type of star, an unknown cosmic event, or something even more mysterious? For now, the center of our galaxy remains a place of eerie, unanswered questions. In 1977, astronomer Jerry Amon was scanning the sky with a radio telescope when he detected something incredible, a sudden, powerful radio burst coming from deep space. It was so unusual that he circled it on the datasheet and wrote, "Wow," next to it. The signal lasted 72 seconds, never repeated, and came from a location where no known celestial object exists. When converted into sound, it's an eerie, rising tone, like a distant call that was never meant to be heard. Black holes are known for devouring everything that gets too close, but did you know we've actually heard one destroy a star? In 2011, astronomers recorded the final moments of a star being torn apart by a supermassive black hole, and the sound is absolutely chilling. Using radio telescopes, scientists picked up a deep, low-pitched wail, almost like a distant scream, as the star's material spiraled into the black hole. The frequency of the sound shifted downward, just like an object's pitch lowers as it falls away from you. This wasn't just a recording of destruction, it was the sound of a star's last breath, stretched and shredded into nothingness. It's a reminder that in space, there are forces so powerful, so unstoppable, that even light and sound cannot escape. If the universe has nightmares, this is what they sound like. What do you think of these sounds? Let me and our community know in the comments below.